Welcome to the Mosh Pit, your home for unsigned punk, rock, and metal artists, where your music goes to be heard.
Oh, we're back.
All right.
All right, woo. So here we are in the year 2020.
2020 or whatever number it is. It's
Whatever
just a
number
number.
it is.
The Earth doesn't know it's 2020.
It might. Theirs might have a calendar.
She might. I doubt it.
Is it she?
She would have already wiped us off if she knew it was 2020. The Mother Earth, yeah, if you call it Mother Earth, technically she'd be a she.
Mother Earth, Father Time.
Only women can create life.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Well, I mean, it takes a man too, but
We're
they're
not hens.
the producer, really. They're the incubator.
Incubator. Yeah, so we're in 2020 and everybody's happy and the world is a peaceful place and
You are delusional.
actually we're going to talk about a couple things of what we've done with our own personal lives as far as things we're looking forward to in 2020 and things that we have cut out of our lives.
Cut out alcohol. Woohoo! Thank God. Feel a lot better. Sleep a lot better.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. What about you? Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew, yeah. I absolutely failed. No nut November and no shave November.
Yeah, I'm never going to do either of those.
And I don't write, so there you go.
Those are challenges I don't want to try to overcome.
So I made my own. It was no dew December. Starting December 1st, no Mountain Dews.
How far you went in January?
What's today? The 12th?
Mm-hmm.
I think I had one, like 3 days ago.
Was it the best Mountain Dew you've ever had?
Honestly, no. It tasted like shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way it is. I mean, once you get over something, you're over it.
Yeah. And I don't get those the caffeine headaches anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I understand you crackheads out there who don't want to give up because that shit hurts.
So you let caffeine go? Or just dews?
Just dews, the heavy carbonation of the dews. I drink sweet tea. I've got to have something.
Sugar. Well, I let the alcohol go. I'm not saying I'll never drink again.
Yeah.
But I'm not drinking right now.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And same thing. I'm not going to completely give up Mountain Dews from here out. I'm just going to not run a case through my kidneys a week.
Right.
Actually, when I was in high school, I ran. They should be a sponsor. I should have invested in Pepsi back then. But
Bud Light. I've got stock in Bud Light, but I'm just not getting returns.
Yeah, so those are things that we have done a little bit healthier to an extent.
Well, do you think that people should, just like you didn't wait till New Year's to do that, neither did I.
No.
I don't think that works for people. Do you think the New Year's resolution thing works?
I think it's a procrastination. I think that's all it is. It's okay, new year, new me.
I think if you want to do something, do it now. Do it at that moment.
Right.
Whenever you're inspired to do it then. Don't say, oh, well, I'll wait until New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Because then you won't.
Right, because that's... And also, if you're going to do something, don't mourn it. Be excited about it.
And I think if you're going to do something that... do it for you. Don't just do it because it's a resolution.
Exactly. And do something you can accomplish.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people set goals.
Unrealistic.
Like these great goals instead of small goals. Like that with the drinking thing. I didn't say, I'm going to stop drinking and I'm never drinking again.
Right.
I said, well, I'm not going to drink until so-and-so.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I said, well, all right, that's cool. I'm not going to drink until so-and-so. And that's the way you do it. You set small goals. People set their sights too high, man.
Right. I mean... Same thing with this podcast. We're not looking to be...
No, we just do it because we love it, and it's fun.
We love it, and we love y'all.
What was I talking about before we started talking?
What were you talking about before we started talking?
Before we started recording.
Oh, you're talking about the...
You forgot, too.
Yeah, I guess so. We were talking about the calendar and the year and the Mayans.
Yeah.
We survived so many quote-unquote apocalypses.
Yeah, but do you think that the Earth... I mean, people talk about climate change and how we're affecting and destroying the Earth, but do you believe that? I mean, I believe in climate change because the Earth's climate has changed since we've known
that's
since
what
the beginning of
summer,
time.
spring, winter,
Well-
and fall are.
Well, when the dinosaurs were here, the whole world was a rainforest. So
right,
the
and
climate's always changed.
and there
on
was
this
also
planet.
one continent.
Yeah, whether we're affecting it or not. What is it? Pangea? Is that what it's called? Pangea, the one
I
continent.
think so.
But
I'll
whether
keep it
we're
in mind.
affecting climate change or not, it's gonna change whether we do it or not. It's gonna change. It always has. There's been ice ages. There's been, like I said, the whole Earth was a rainforest at one point, and the whole Earth was an ice ball at one point.
Yep.
The sun's gonna burn out eventually. That's just scientific fact. So
Right.
it really doesn't matter if a meteor hits or an asteroid. It doesn't matter because eventually the sun will burn out and this planet will be gone.
Anyone's guess. So long.
Deafening silence, bouncing off these floors we used to violence. It's the first night I won't sleep alone. An image of how I feel about this all. I go out and bring them back and lean it, run against a wall. I fill these rooms with screams and moans. One for every year you took, one for every one I lost. Now fall. So far I'll learn to live like wind, land on everything we built, break down every part so long. Denial made it hard to let go of the road you're vile. And I haven't read your horoscope in weeks. I haven't craved you not at all, 'cause I go out and bring them back and lean it, run against a wall. I fill these rooms with screams and moans. One for every year you took, one for every one I lost. Now fall. So far I'll learn to live like wind, land on everything we built, break down every part so So far I'll learn to live like wind, land on everything we built, break down every part so long. I'll fill these rooms with screams and moans. One for every year you took, one for every one I lost. Now fall. So far I'll learn to live like wind, land on everything we built, break down every part so long.
That's
And
a
so
very-
were we.
It's a very morbid way to look at
I'm
it.
just saying people shouldn't get all caught up in
right.
worrying about shit like that.
Well, I mean, look, the Australia is basically a crisp at this point.
But those were arson fires.
They were trying to blame it on climate change.
I know, but they've
now
come to find out
200
like
people-
200 people, yeah.
And did you notice the way that it was? Now, here's a conspiracy theory, because you know we love those. Did you notice where the fires were burning?
The coast?
Yeah, but if you look at it, there was a railway planned, like a
Oh,
speed
really?
rail.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a speed rail that's supposed to be planned from like the south.
Like one coast to another or something?
Yeah, from the south up the coast on the far
okay.
side where the fires were burning.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're kind of saying that could possibly be.
Professional arson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you can look at anything. I mean, we just lost the Masquerade, the old Masquerade.
Well,
You saw that, right?
no, I didn't.
Yeah, they were supposed to. Well, you know, the old Masquerade got sold, and they were going to incorporate the design of it into a like a I don't know, some kind of office building space. And they were supposed to use what was there because that building was from 1910, 1890, somewhere in there. It's a historic building.
Right, a monument.
Well, basically, one of the excavators dug a little too deep and tore a wall down that these rocks are just, I mean, they'll never be able to replicate these things. Oh, people are pissed. Which, I mean, I can understand. There were bands that have played there.
Oh, yeah, it's a piece of history.
Yeah.
Atlanta history, yeah.
Yeah, and it went away. And they're trying to say that, you know, possibly conspiracy that somebody was paid to do that or it wasn't an accident. But who knows?
Why would you do some shit like that, though?
Because, man, money talks. They want to put something else there.
Yeah.
And if there's a building there that's historic, you can't do anything with it. The same reason most people burn their house down.
Do most people burn their house
I don't
down?
know. That's a statistic I read.
Well, back to Australia, that's not something that's uncommon in Australia, though,
Right.
is the fires. That's something that happens quite a
'Cause
bit
it's
there.
hot
It's
and
just
dry.
not to this extent, yeah.
Right.
But they welcome that sometimes for the renewal of the,
Oh, yeah.
you know, growth of plants and whatever.
Yeah, but they
whatnot.
do it a little more.
But it's something that's common in Australia, especially this time of year. This is 100 times what usually happens.
Right, and they've wiped out some 400 million animals.
It's a big fire, man.
Yeah.
I seen where they compared it to the size of the United States, and that's fucking huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd basically burn off the states if it was here.
I mean,
Which-
most of it, yeah.
Probably wouldn't be that bad of a deal.
That'd be great.
I wouldn't mind. You know, that's the best thing about fires, though. They're very. What's that word I'm looking for? Clean.
Yeah, they renew,
Yeah.
they
Well,
regenerate,
I mean,
rejuvenate.
yeah. Well, my backyard, for the longest time, I had little brown spotches where grass wouldn't grow, and it was just like thorny crap grass.
Monkey grass.
Basically. So I started burning off my yard in the spring about once every couple years.
Yeah, a lot
Just
of people
burn the whole top of it off, spray it down, rake it out. Comes back so green and soft. I want to do the front yard, but I'm scared too because front yard's kind of big and there's woods to the right of
do.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want to set the whole hill on fire.
Right.
Here's a whole renewal for you.
I don't know. I think people get carried away about stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, how many wildfires you think there've been?
look at California.
I mean, lightning strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when we were cavemen, it probably happened.
Well, yeah, that's how we found fire.
Yeah.
That's how we realized what it does.
Things happen. People make too big of a deal about what affects what, and
Yeah.
like I said, like climate change. Yeah, the climate's changing, but
do you think
how
that-
much do we really affect that?
Do you think we've contributed to it? Do you think we've caused it? Let's put it that way.
No, we
We've-
haven't caused
We've
it.
contributed to it, but we
Maybe
haven't
we've
caused
contributed to it, maybe, but that's also arrogant to think.
it. Right.
I mean, I think we've attributed to it by cutting down trees and stuff. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we probably have.
Do you think it's the cars that we drive and all that?
No, I don't know how much that plays into it.
Do you think it's the cow farts that they
I
were
don't,
blaming?
I don't know
for-
how much that plays into it either. That's easy to solve too, they say.
Yeah.
But I mean, the climate's going to change on this planet anyway because it has.
Mhm.
Something's always affected it in one way or the other.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at volcanoes. Volcanoes going off.
One volcanic eruption puts out more pollution than we ever
Mhm.
have in our carbon print ever.
Do you think when we nuke Iraq or Iran that that'll upset the climate?
I don't think it'll upset the climate at all. It's a fucking desert over there. You're not going to do anything but eliminate life. Everything else is dead.
Everything will be dead.
Do you really think that anything's going to come of that?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
World War III is a ridiculous notion because it's never going to happen again. That's something that will never happen again.
Oh, what is that the scholar said? I don't know how World War III will be fought, but I know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Probably so. Because if there's anything left.
Mm-hmm.
How about all these millennials talking about the draft? Really, man? We're in a war. They act like we haven't been in a war for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That war's not over.
Nope.
We're still in that war.
Yep.
Did you get drafted to a 20-year war? What, you think you're all of a sudden going to get drafted to... This is the same war.
They did that with Desert Storm. They did that with.
Now I was in high school during Desert Storm.
Did they draft anybody?
No, but we were like, dang.
That could happen.
And then it was over in a week.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dude, we've got enough people in the military right now.
Yeah,
They're
this
turning
war
people
has been
away,
going on for 20 years.
and we haven't accomplished a damn thing.
Nothing. Well, not quite 20 years, but close.
Pretty close. Ugh. Bling. Oh, Jesus.
What is Beam? What is that?
I'm on call this week.
Oh, you're getting emails?
Yeah, I'm on call. Just ignore that.
See how dedicated he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Days to come, Ashes.
So, yeah, there's nothing going on. I mean,
Nobody wants to draft these fucking snowflakes. We recording?
Yeah. Would you trust
Cool.
any of them with a gun?
Hell no. They're scared of guns. They're anti-gun. None of them would stand up and fight anyway. What would be the point in drafting them?
No. No. And they're the same ones who said that they would leave this country if Trump was elected. But they're also the same ones that said they'd leave this country if Obama was elected. So
We'll never get rid of them.
yeah, I don't know. It just
There's not going to be World War III, and if you're pissed off about us bombing somebody that attacked our embassy and has been doing shit for years,
yeah.
what? How? I don't understand how we're the bad guys in that situation. Like, what?
I don't know.
Nobody wants to blow up Iran. They're the ones that started the shit, or they would already be wiped off the map.
Exactly.
Anyway, on to another subject.
On to another subject.
What about it being spring and winter?
Spring and winter, yeah, I love this weather.
Be flowers blooming next week.
Yeah, and then by the middle of February, it'll be 20 degrees and kill everything.
Yeah, it'd be another blizzard in March.
I wouldn't mind that. As
I
long as
like
there's
snow.
no ice.
I like snow.
I like snow to an extent. I don't like snow when I
I
have
don't
to.
want 8 feet of snow, but
I don't like snow when I have to drive in it.
no, I'm not going to drive in it. Definitely laying out of work if it snows, bro.
You know, we can talk about that.
What, snow?
No.
I like snowmans. We build snowmans.
Snowmans.
Olaf.
No, we can talk about. So last year when it snowed all crazy.
Was it all crazy?
Well, I mean, it snowed.
Or are you talking about the ice storm of
Yeah.
5 years ago?
That wasn't 5 years ago because I was
Yes,
at
it
this
was.
job.
My wife was... The ice storm that shut down Atlanta?
No.
Oh.
I was at. I was doing low voltage on that one. I can tell you a story about that one.
My wife was pregnant with my son. I can tell you a story on that, too. I thought it was going to be one of those
Everybody did.
birth on the side of the road type of things.
Everybody thought it was going to be just. Oh, even New York said, Georgia, this is going to happen. Atlanta was like,
Yeah.
nah.
Now they even say snow, and it's people act like the apocalypse is
I'm going to
coming.
tell you now, we were on site wiring a school, doing thermostats. We were wiring Emerson before Emerson became what Emerson is now. And
You mean Lake Point?
yeah, basically. So it's starting to snow. Me and my boss, we're wiring up thermostats. We're getting everything rocking and rolling. And foreman comes through and he's like, y'all got to go. Everybody's leaving. My boss like, it's just a little snow. Now, he's got to go to Carrollton. I've got to go to Rockmart. So we'll get to it. We're not leaving here until these are up and running, until these thermostats come up. Period. That's it. Okay. Well, we probably need to be going. We didn't leave until 1 o'clock.
In the morning?
No.
Oh.
In the afternoon.
Oh, I didn't leave
It-
ABW until 2 o'clock.
It had already been snowing for like 3 hours at that point.
I left ABW at 2 o'clock.
How
You
long
know
did
what
it
time I got home?
Wow, what time?
9:30.
Okay, so I left Cartersville.
That's a 13-mile trip.
Yes. We left at 1 o'clock, 1:30. And I got home. It took me 3 hours. I was one of the better ones. I got home at like 3 hours. I was home by 5.
Oh, you got lucky.
Oh, yeah. I had to park at the bottom of the hill because I wasn't getting up the hill in it, but I got home.
No, it took me
My boss,
7 hours or something.
13 hours.
Yeah, that was how it was for me.
He went 20, so he was screwed going back to Carrollton. Yeah. That kept us out of work. Hell, we were out of work for a week.
I think I went, not the next day, but the next day.
Well, once my heel freezes, it doesn't get any sun.
Yeah.
It gets no sun, so
Right,
I'm
yeah,
screwed.
Yeah.
And yes, I know I said I parked at the bottom of the hill, but that whole road, there ain't no getting out.
Yeah.
So,
I would have used that excuse too.
yeah. So, out of work for a week. The next time we showed up there, we were working. One snowflake fell. My boss packed his stuff. He said, we're leaving. But we went home that day. We weren't there for
I
an
won't
hour.
either. If I'm at work now and they call for snow and I see the first flake, I'm gone, man. 'Cause I got kids and I
Ain't getting stuck in that nonsense.
I picked up Matthias from school at like literally 9 o'clock that night.
Oh, wow. Ooh. No, the one I was talking about was this last one that, what was it, January of last year? It was pretty bad. I mean, it was white. Very
Yeah.
white.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And,
It was what?
was like the second week.
6 or 7 inches of snow.
Yeah. It was yeah. So I hit my boss. I get up in the morning. I'm looking out the window and kind of white. No ice on the roads because I walked down and checked it. No ice. So okay. So I hit my boss and I'm like, "Are we working today?" 15 minutes go by. He doesn't write me back. So I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're working today." So I drive to Austell in the snow. I get to the shop. My phone bings.
We're not working today.
Yeah, you don't have to come in. I walked in the door. I was like, "Appreciate that, boss." He's like, "Oh." He's like, "I just have saw it, man." I was like, "That's fine." I was like, "I'll get some stuff done here and then I'll go home." So I went in, got a little bit done, and I don't know, I guess I stayed about 30, 45 minutes. Just long enough to boot up my computer, check emails, make sure nothing stupid was going on.
My boss knows I'm not coming in on a snow day.
Yeah. Well, see, that's something I wanted to ask you. A lot of people, well, I mean, it's basically the way we were raised at this point, but a lot of jobs make you feel like you're supposed to be there, period.
Well, I think my boss, he insinuates that we should be there, but I'm not going. I have a hill too, man. I can't.
But do you feel like jobs now?
Yeah, they do. But you either.
Oh yeah.
How dedicated are you to your job, man?
Not very.
I'm not. I mean, I'm dedicated to my job to a point, but when it comes to like wrecking my truck or
2010 when we had all those tornadoes,
I'm not going.
When we had all those tornadoes, 2010, when they were just like widespread throughout Georgia, I couldn't get out of Rockmart to get to Bremen to work for Walmart. So I called in. I said, "Look, I can't get out of here." They said, "Well, the weather's fine down here." I said, "Great. It's not up here." I said, "You see there's an issue. I have to get from here to there." And then I ended up talking to coworkers the next day who they said tornadoes were touching down basically in the parking lot. They ended up stuck at work for 27 hours. And I was like, "Seriously? And y'all want to get on to me for staying home?" "Well, we were allowed to stay on the clock the whole time."
I thought they were responsible for you if they required you to come to work. Like if something happened to you on the way.
Not on the way. No, jobs ain't gonna take that responsibility.
I thought that was the way it was.
Nope, not anymore. But yeah, I just thought that's a kind of one of those subjects that we don't really talk about is weather.
Weather?
And jobs.
The weather's fucked right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, 70 degrees.
It's like spring.
By the time this episode airs, it'll be 20.
Yeah,
and y'all
it's
be
climate change.
Yeah, y'all be, "What are you talking about? It's not that hot out there."
It's climate change.
4 layers.
Well, people are crazy on jobs these days anyway.
Oh,
I was telling you about my buddy. His boss told him to clock out and then prepare for work the next day. In other words, work and not get paid, and expected him to do it.
No.
Like, the economy is not bad.
Yeah.
Jobs are not scarce.
No.
That's something you would have said 10 years ago. Not now.
Well, we're all on salary where I'm at.
Are you?
We're all
That
on salary
sucks.
because one of our coworkers, he doesn't have going home sense. I mean, dude, 9 o'clock, he's still there sending out emails, calling people.
No life, man.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, no. So they ended up knocking him off of hourly because, I mean, he was just taking money.
Killing him?
Yeah. Bankrupt the company on overtime. They're like, "Look, you're going to salary." And he still does it. I mean, we'll be leaving at 5:30 and he's still making phone calls. And I'm like, dude, it's after hours. The banks are closed. Well, somebody will answer.
To me, that's sad. That means you don't have a life.
He's got a kid.
What?
Yeah, he's got a wife.
Why don't he
Wait,
go?
you remember?
Well, there you go. He's got a wife.
Yeah, well, you remember the guy from ABW? I'm not going to say any names, but you remember the guy who had a kid? He was one of my supervisors. It's kind of specific, isn't it?
I still know who you're talking about.
Oh, you'd know him. I'll tell you after the show. Basically, he came to work on Saturday. His wife was in the hospital, about to give birth. He left at lunch. He was back before they had the placenta wiped off.
Dang.
He was
Dedicated.
Like, yeah. He's the same one that said if he don't work at least 80 hours a week, it's not worth him for taxes.
I figured you'd be getting eat up with taxes doing that.
Apparently, after you work something like over 60, 65, the taxes even out and you bring in more or something. I don't know.
I can't imagine working 80 hours a week.
Shit, no. I don't like working 40.
The way the economy is right now, man, I don't see how these companies have leverage over people because everywhere I look, there's help wanted signs.
Well, it's because they're underpaying everybody, supposedly.
Well,
I mean, depends
on what the job is.
Yeah, what is your definition of underpay?
Yeah.
I'm not paying you $15 an hour to flip burgers.
I'm not paying you $15 an hour to do something a computer could do. Or an automated thing.
Well, I'm not paying $15 an hour for somebody fresh out of high school who doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground when I could get a college grad for 18.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
What's minimum wage?
Something stupid at this point.
All those jobs are minimum wage jobs, probably.
I think they're $7.25. I think it's still $7.25 here.
I thought it was 8 something.
I don't think it's gone up yet. Let me check. Minimum wage. I know they're still fighting for $15 an hour, but I don't think
that's not gonna
They've
happen.
already passed it.
Oh, really? Like for the whole United States of America?
They've passed it where it's going to do a gradual incline, and by 2025, it's supposed to be. Yeah, here it is. Minimum wage has been set since 38. The minimum wage in the United States would have been $18.28 in 2033 if it kept up with labor productivity.
We'll just have universal basic income by then.
Yeah. No, he's out, ain't he?
What?
There's a guy proposing that.
Oh, there'll be somebody else come along.
Oh,
and
yeah.
propose it. Yang.
But apparently, to adjust the increased rate, raising minimum wage to $22 an hour has been presented.
What the hell?
$22 an hour. Dude, I don't even make that.
How
Get
in
out
the
of here with that
hell?
nonsense.
How in the hell could you do that?
You couldn't. You'd bankrupt the country. There's no way. Of course, everybody is pissed off at... What I don't get are these people who are pissed off at billionaires who've worked hard for their money, but they want them to just give it back.
I don't know about worked hard for it, but they made it.
They made it. I don't know if worked hard.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be
yeah,
like...
that's what I don't get about people. Okay, yeah, there are rich people, but those people did something to earn that money.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that you should get a part of it? You didn't do shit.
Exactly.
You can't just take money away from people.
That's because it's not fair.
Kamikaze Zombie, Devil's Night.
But it is fair. I mean,
That would be like if I played the stock market and I won, $10 million.
It's socialism. Socialism doesn't work. You can't make people rich. I mean, it doesn't work that way, man.
No, because you can't bring everybody up. You have to drag other people down.
Everybody's not equal.
No.
So why does everybody try to be or want to be?
Because it's fair.
It's not fair. Nothing's fair. Life ain't fair. A fucking meteor can hit the earth and kill us all. That ain't fair, but it's possible. A plague could wipe us all out.
That's conservative talk right there,
That's
mister.
Not fair. Yeah, well, I'm a conservative, so that makes sense.
No, I agree. I mean, it's
nothing's fair in life. You might get cancer tomorrow. That ain't fair either.
Yeah,
But
could have had cancer for 5 years.
Yeah, you can't stop that shit from happening.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things.
I'm not mad at a billionaire because he did what it took to make $1 billion.
Shit, no. I'm trying to figure out what he did because I'd like to do that too.
Some people are born into wealth. That's not fair. People are born into poverty. That's not fair because life ain't fair, and you can't stop that from happening. Socialism just destroys economies. It doesn't help economies.
Right, because again, you can't build people up.
Well, everybody's not equal.
No.
So how do you can't make everything equal? It's impossible.
Yeah, they're saying that higher minimum wages, 7 states increased their rates based on cost of living, while 14 increased due to previously approved legislation. Which, I mean, I feel that way. I think it ought to grow with cost of living. I think, because I don't remember which job I was at, we got a cost of living raise.
I think most jobs you have don't they have to give you a cost of living raise?
Yeah, but they don't have to give you a certain amount.
Well, it's like 3%, isn't it?
If even that much. And I think, let's see here, I don't remember which job it was I was working, but we got a cost of living raise, and literally the cost of living wage raise they gave us, we still, I think it went up 3%. They only gave us a 2.85% increase. So it was like, we didn't even break even on that. What happened here?
That's stupid.
But yeah, they're talking about $15 an hour by 2024. They were going to raise it slowly. $9.80.
That's not very slow.
Well, you got to think it's only $7.25 right now.
Yeah, that's over doubling it.
Well,
And what?
and then what though? Because by then it's not going to be worth that much.
It really does. If you raise it to $15 an hour, you're not going to do anything but increase the price of everything. So you're really not getting anything, which is what people don't understand.
Everybody wants to talk about a revolution. Everybody wants to talk about raising minimum
You can't
wage.
have a revolution without guns, and they're all scared of guns.
But you know what we need?
What?
You know what we need instead of raising minimum wage?
What's that?
Why don't we get rid of some of these career politicians who
Yeah.
give themselves
Yeah.
thousands of dollars?
They're worth $30 million in a politician's career when they make.
And they get a
$100,000 a
lifetime
year salary.
severance? That's where we need to start. I'm not mad about bitching about the minimum wage. I'm mad about the taxes that are coming out that
Pays them.
pays them. They're supposed to be for road work. You know how many potholes are in my town?
Right.
Have you been down 278 in Austell? Have you been down that stretch of highway?
Nope.
It's like a war zone. There are so many holes.
Yeah, that's
I mean, number one, they built it across a freaking...
That's politics, though. It's corrupt. Everybody knows it. Nobody's going to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's cyclic, vicious cycle, man.
I mean, we could bitch about it on the podcast.
We will. We do.
We do.
We are.
We are. But it's not going to change anything. I mean, that's what I'm saying is, yes, I think minimum wage should be fair, but I also feel like there are other things that could be done where you don't have to raise minimum wage, which raises cost of living. Again, a one-bedroom apartment shouldn't be $1,500 a month.
I saw a thing that said minimum wage doesn't cover any rent anywhere.
It doesn't.
Like, minimum wage doesn't cover rent anywhere. Like, you can't get anything that's a normal outside of government housing
No, you can't.
for minimum wage.
You can't. I mean, you can get on subsidized or
That's what I'm saying.
Was
Without the help,
yeah,
without help,
income-based. Yeah.
minimum wage doesn't pay for
Well, yeah,
rent.
I mean, the problem is everybody, people pay. People will pay. I mean, nobody's going to go homeless unless they just can't. But if you can afford it, you're going to grab it.
Only in L.A.
Yeah, but where else better be homeless? It's
Right.
always 80 degrees out there.
Yeah, true.
Um,
I don't know. Their homeless thing is like an epidemic right now, from what I understand.
shit, go to Hawaii.
Is it bad?
Hawaii is horrible.
What better place to be homeless than Hawaii?
Yeah, except for
You live in a tent in Hawaii, bro. On the beach.
I've talked to people who've gone to Hawaii, and they say it's gorgeous, but there's just so many homeless people that are just
Really?
there, and they.
Well, there can't be a big economy in Hawaii. I mean, the tourism's probably the biggest
Right.
income that they have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
a long
anything about
flight. I'm probably not going to take.
it. No, I have no interest in going to Hawaii, so I won't see the homeless people there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, again, like I said, it's one of those things where, yes, I feel like minimum wage should be higher, but I also feel like they shouldn't be taking as
I don't think it
many.
should be $15
I don't think it should be $15 an hour, no. But if you think about how much you lose to taxes,
That's the problem.
yeah. And here's two things I'll touch on, and I'm done with this episode. Somebody put on, let's see here, what was it? And this one I agree with. 16-year-olds who are working should not have to pay taxes, because that's taxation without representation.
I don't think you should have to pay taxes till you're 18.
So if you have a job before then, you should get your whole check.
I think so.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, it is fair. I think if you're a student, period, you shouldn't have to pay taxes. But then you'd have career students. So there's
Yeah.
always going to be somebody finding a loophole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there was a post, Facebook's where we look at all this dumb stuff.
That's where you get your news.
That's
man.
right. It's more reliable than CNN.
Yep. Got that right.
If I don't remember who posted it, I don't remember the exact post, but it was something along the lines of people who complain about people working low jobs like McDonald's, like Walmart, that they feel like, I know I'm going to butcher this when I say it, but it's something about they feel like those jobs aren't important, but they're not willing to work them themselves, but they want that job to be there. Which, I understand the post. The post is saying, basically, if you don't like where you are in life, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go do something. Walmart, McDonald's, retail, things like that are not meant to be career jobs unless you're gonna move up. Those are for high school kids, ones who are fresh into the workforce, whereas the ones who've been there. Now I also don't agree that if you're 90 years old, you shouldn't still be working at Walmart, running a cash register, greeting, running cash registers, whatever. Because I've seen those posts of they want us to get the good jobs, but these boomers won't get out of the way, won't retire and let us have them.
Well, hell, you can't retire now unless you have a big 401k.
Right, and who saves anymore?
Well, I mean, you can lose your ass in a 401k too.
Yeah, you can.
Well, there's people that say we need illegal aliens because they're doing jobs that nobody else wants to do for less money.
And see, I don't even think that's right.
I don't think it.
I mean, number one, it's not right, but also anybody will do any job. If any job is below you,
if you're
then
hungry enough.
Exactly. If any job's below you, then you deserve to be homeless. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the solution to the problems we have in this world are not solvable.
No.
Because too many people disagree.
Yep. That's the one thing. You'll never
just
get
have
100%.
to do the best you can and roll on.
But that's the thing, though. If you can move up, move up. Don't stay in a position for ever. I mean, it doesn't make sense to stay in a position forever. Now, yeah, you get blackballed or you get, comfortable. A lot of people just get comfortable.
That's the main thing. People get comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Hell, I was comfortable driving a forklift. The only reason I left was because management began to suck.
That's generally. There are no bad jobs, just bad bosses.
Yep.
That's the truth, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is.
I mean, there are bad jobs, but
yeah,
most people quit jobs because of their boss, not because of the job.
Oh, yeah. I've walked away from many jobs because it was just stupid. Like, okay, you're going to sit behind a desk all day and bark orders at me, and then things aren't going to get done.
I think one solution to the problem is this. Children in schools aren't trained for life.
Nope.
And it's your parents' job, too, to train you for life. But also, schools don't offer... A lot of the curriculum in schools is meaningless.
Yeah.
You know, like, why do you have history in school? I mean, it doesn't pertain to your life whatsoever.
No, but you need to know it.
Why?
Because you need to know it.
Why?
Hey, look, man, I got that shit hammered in my head,
Let me tell
too.
you, man, it doesn't serve you purpose in life. Okay? There's no purpose in knowing history. It doesn't make you any money. It doesn't prepare you for life. It doesn't prepare you for adulthood. And
But
most
what
of it's lies anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the winner writes the books.
Right. So, I mean, what's the point in that? You should have, like, especially high school,
Oh, yeah.
you should have classes preparing kids to live as an adult.
Well, I mean, they have auto body.
Some schools don't have tech programs.
Had auto body.
I mean, they took wood shop out of school. They took a lot of stuff out of school.
Because some kid lost his finger on the
I mean, it's just
bandsaw.
you're not preparing kids for adulthood, and that's a lot of reasons kids are lazy, easily complacent.
Yeah.
I mean, video games are raising kids.
Yeah.
TV, we all know that, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That's what the problem is. People are lazy. People want some. People are sheep, man. They're easily led, and they want to be led. They just want to be.
Mm-hmm. They want to be
They
told
just
what
want
to
to
do.
exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're complacent.
Complacency is worse than
That's
being
why
miserable.
they want socialism.
Yeah. Somebody will take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Instead of having drive. That's what capitalism does. It gives you drive. If you want to succeed, you will. Socialism is just like the whole everybody gets a trophy shit. You have no drive. I mean, there's nothing pushing you. There's no
reason to be any better.
right. So you get complacent, and you're a sheep, and you're part of the flock.
I've been guilty of it. I mean, I was complacent driving a forklift.
You were working a job every day, though. That's not the same as somebody dependent on a check every month.
The same as dependent on a check. I was dependent on that check
Everybody's
for working.
dependent on a check. I mean, everybody's dependent on something to survive.
I mean,
We all
look,
got to live.
you got Chromostorm Arts above us. She's a children's hairstylist. She's
Yep.
working her ass off to become not a children's hairstylist, something that she doesn't control. She wants something that she can say is hers.
Exactly.
Just like this.
The opposite of being complacent and a sheep.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I've been complacent in work, and it's miserable. Actually, it's worse than being miserable because you know every day that you show up, you're going to have a job, you're going to be able to go here, and you're going to do this, and you're going to get a paycheck. Whereas, what's the alternative?
Well, nobody has to do anything to survive now. We're not. The history of our species is surviving. You had to hunt, you had to gather. You couldn't just sit around and live.
But you can't do that anymore.
I know, because you can just sit around and live.
You can have a deer delivered to your front door.
Or you can kill it. You can still live that way if you want.
You can't. You'll piss off the PC
Who cares?
public.
That's bullshit.
You'll piss off the vegetarians and the
Yeah, but
vegans and the...
they don't even understand how many animals die to give them their vegetables. More animals die under a combine, or what are those things called?
Yeah,
Is that
combine.
right?
Yeah.
More animals die to those than any hunter.
Uh-huh.
Like, they kill thousands of animals in a field.
And
they
you
kill
can't eat
mice,
that.
rabbits. Yeah. If they know that, man. A lot of people just want to argue to be arguing.
Hey,
A lot
look,
of people want people to live life the way they live it instead of just letting people be who they are.
That's right. I'm happy with who I am.
It is what it is, man.
Are you happy with who you are?
Yeah, you're
Are
never
you-
going to change the human race. It's always going to be this way.
Are you happy with this podcast?
It's all right.
That's all right.
It could be better. We could always be better.
We can always be better. That's our goal in life.
Our goal, everybody's goal is not to be better. Like we said, some people are complacent. Some people are just content
Well,
to
our
be.
goal.
Hmm?
Our goal is to be better.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a complacent podcast. I don't
Some
want to be
people
that.
are just content, man.
I don't want to be that podcast you just sort of stumble across and go, I'll listen to them. I want us to be at least your top 3 choice.
Well, everybody gets a vote.
Top
That's the
3.
thing. Most people that complain don't even vote.
I don't complain, but I also don't vote.
I vote.
Why? Why are you wasting your time with that?
It's not a waste of time.
It is.
How?
It is. It's a waste of time.
How is it a waste,
It's a waste
of time? No, it's not.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Hillary won the election by popular vote. Trump is in by electoral. Barack Obama won electoral. He didn't win popular.
Well, it all depends. I vote on everything, not just the presidential election. You're talking about local things. Your vote matters.
Do you know how many people voted for the mayor of Rockmart? Do you know how many? Do you know how many people are in this town?
I don't live in Rockmart.
There's a lot of people in this town. Do you know how many people vote in the
in Rockmart?
in
5?
the mayor? Yeah, close 6 actually. No shit. Our guy next to us, Mr. Sherman Ross of State Farm, he won the mayor. A count of like 304 to 103.
Nice.
Like a handful of people.
Does it pay well?
I guess.
I want to run for mayor of Rockmart.
Got to live here like 4 years.
Oh,
Aragon's going to be open though.
I'm not living in either one of them.
Why not?
Because it's Aragon and Rockmart.
This town is wonderful.
Yeah. This town is stuck in the 50s, brat.
Are we even that new?
I don't know.
40s maybe.
Maybe.
Hey, in the 40s we actually had a damn drive-through. We don't have that anymore.
It's probably booming in the 40s.
We had a theater, an actual drive-in theater.
Wow. They should come back.
Those should come back. There's still one, right?
In America?
There's still one. I think it's over in Alabama.
There's tons of them.
I mean, Alabama's
not
still
very
recovering from
popular.
the Civil War.
Yeah, people sit at home now. Do people go to the movies?
Why?
I like the experience, but it costs you out the ass.
Did you see that AMC? They were doing the AMC is about to start a streaming service.
Imagine that.
They also just got rid of their what was that? Like the AMC movie pass, where you can see 3 movies a week.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, for I don't remember how much, but how do you have time to see 3 movies a week?
Some people do. I mean, there are single people that, I mean, they got plenty of time. Guy.
Does EBT pay for movie theater?
Probably snacks. I don't know
Yeah,
about
they're
the
expensive
theater
too.
itself. Oh, yeah. Better hit the Dollar Tree.
Dude, for Force Awakens, man, I bought the special edition cup with the Star Wars and the X-Wing.
What's wrong with you? You hated the movie, man.
I loved Force Awakens, fuckhead.
Oh, my bad.
That was the original that I was like, hey, here we go. And then it wasn't.
I don't know. We went and saw it. What did it cost?
Probably about $40.
No, it cost. That was just for the tickets.
Oh, probably $80 because it's usually
about
double.
$80, yeah.
Is this double?
It was probably around that after popcorn and all that.
Mm-hmm. Have you been to any
For
movies?
one movie.
Yeah.
And they wonder why people don't go to the movies anymore.
Shit, you can't afford it anymore.
You can chill at the crib for nothing. I pay $12.99 a month for 3 channels.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's just streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming's taking over, man. Everybody knows that.
Do you think there'll be a... I think it's going to come full circle. I really do. I think it's going to come full circle, and we're going to get... Somebody's going to package all the streaming services, and it's going to be one of those things where, you know, you can get Hulu, Netflix, and HBO Plus, or whatever the hell it is, for, you know, $15.99 a month.
That's how I have... If you get the Disney Plus package, you get Hulu and ESPN Plus for $12.99 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need any ESPN anymore.
So everything, yeah.
Everything's going that
streaming.
way.
And streaming, you can still watch live channels if you get the right ones.
Well, the thing about cable and satellite is this. You got 300 channels and you watch 5. So why wouldn't you pick 5 to 10 channels that you watch all the time and stream them for less money?
Well, that's what I said in the beginning with cable is let us pick and choose the channels. Hell, my dad's got it, and...
Is that not what Sling does?
Don't know. Never used it.
I don't know either. I know it's something to that effect.
But I know that if you want one specific channel, because I know this, they've got the package where they have one of those channels, but my dad's not a sports guy. He hates sports. And he has to have the
Yeah.
ESPN 9 through 40 package to get one channel. And now they're taking channels away from cable because they're all going to streaming.
Yeah, and you can't get like I like MMA. You can't get a UFC fight without having ESPN Plus now.
Pay-per-view's pretty much gone, ain't it?
Well, no, it's pay-per-view. You just have to have ESPN Plus. You have to pay ESPN Plus because they bought the rights to UFC, kind of like DirecTV did with NFL Network. I mean, with the NFL ticket.
Wow. See, I didn't know all that.
You can't get a UFC MMA
Well, I mean,
pay-per-view without having ESPN Plus.
Well, you can't get a WWE pay-per-view without having the network.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same thing.
The WWE network. So.
Same thing with ESPN Plus. They got the rights to all that now.
That's crazy.
Streaming's the way to go, bro.
Streaming.
Till
Someday
that electromagnetic pulse hits,
someday they'll stream this podcast.
and then none of this shit's gonna matter.
We'll be back to pen and paper. And on that note, we're out.
We're out.
Bye.
Revolution, Visions.
You believe we'll never compromise. Stand up now and fight. Fight for what they have taken from me. Try label me insane. Lock him up and throw away the key. I'll never turn my back
Thank